What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate support. You know, guys, as a man, it's a lot of codes I live by, and a lot of codes a lot of other men live by. But when dudes just fly by the seat of their pants with letting emotion take hold of them and doing some of the most crash test dummy stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? Things are what they are when something happens to you bad. Today I want to talk about a story that happened Friday night in Houston, Texas. Shout out Houston, where I'm at. And it's involving this gentleman right here. May he rest in peace. This guy is 80-year-old Earl Hollins of Houston, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, this man sadly lost his life. I think it was yesterday, when on Friday he sustained a head injury after getting punched in the head by this man right here, who's presently locked up on $200,000 bond, which he shouldn't have no bond if it was up to me. Anthony Ray Boyce, age 57. So we got 57 and 80 years old. Mr. Boyce punched Mr. Hollins over a parking space that was caught on camera in a food supermarket. I think it's Food Lion or Food something over there. I know where that place is at, but anyway. To do that to somebody 80 years old enough to be your father, is straight coward shit to me. Regardless of what the argument was about, there's certain things you don't do and certain lines you don't cross and certain things you don't get respect for. And punching on an old person to where they go brain dead and die is one of them. Take a look at this video, this series of videos I got for you. This is truly sad and it's wrong, man. It's wrong. Look.
And this morning, bond has been set for a man accused of putting an 80-year-old disabled veteran in the hospital. Anthony Boyce is charged, accused of attacking the senior over a parking spot at a North Harris County grocery store. Our Michelle Choi joins us live this morning with details. Michelle, any update on how the victim is doing?
Well, Katira, at the time, investigators told us he suffered a severe head injury and was taken to the hospital. We've since learned he remains in critical condition. Meanwhile, the man accused of attacking him, well, he stood before a judge in probable cause court. Take a look. This is 57-year-old Anthony Ray Boyce. He was arrested and charged with aggravated assault with serious bodily injury. A judge set his bond at $100,000. Boyce is accused of hitting 80-year-old Earl Hollins in the parking lot of a Foodtown grocery store Friday night in North Harris County. According to court documents we've obtained, Boyce allegedly struck Hollins during an argument about a parking spot. Here's what else was said in PC court.
In this case, we have a defendant who is about 6'3" and 260 pounds who struck an 80-year-old male who's considerably smaller than that. My records are showing about 5'7" and 150. The complainant, after the defendant struck the complainant, he hit the ground bleeding, and he's in critical condition. Our current data shows that the complainant may not make it.
Yeah, your heart just goes out to the victim and his family. Authorities at the time called what happened senseless. Now, the Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez also posted some new details last night. He says that they do not believe the motive to be robbery and that the two men were acquainted prior to this incident. Boyce remains in jail at last check. He is due back in court tomorrow morning.
80-year-old man has died after he was attacked in a grocery store parking lot on Friday. The suspect, 57-year-old Anthony Ray Boyce, appeared in court this morning. He is facing a second-degree felony of aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury, but that charge may now be upgraded. Jalissa Garza joins us live from the courthouse with more details. Jalissa, all of this over a parking space.
Yeah, Sherman, that's right. And the prosecutor we spoke to tells us that he learned this morning that 80-year-old Earl Hollins has passed after he suffered a severe head injury that Boyce is accused of causing over a parking spot. Now, this all happened Friday at a grocery store parking lot on 1960, just west of I-45. According to court documents, an argument allegedly took place between Boyce and 80-year-old Earl Hollins over a parking spot. Today, prosecutors sharing more details about what surveillance video showed. Take a listen.
Mr. Hollins was backing into a parking spot. It appeared that the defendant was also trying to get that parking spot. When Mr. Hollins exited his vehicle to go inside the store, the defendant approached him. They had an argument, and the surveillance video shows the defendant punching him one time in the head, and then him falling to the ground, hitting his head on the concrete.
Now, prosecutors do tell us they expect Boyce's charge will be upgraded, but to what, we still don't know, since the investigation continues with the Harris County Sheriff's Office. Now, Boyce's bond was originally set at $100,000. It has now been increased to $200,000. Live in downtown Houston, Julissa Garza, KHOU 11 News.
It wasn't right. It wasn't human.
Just after noon on Friday, 80-year-old Earl Hollins beaten down and left unconscious. Investigators say the attack happened in the parking lot of Food Town on FM 1960. It was later determined Hollins and the 57-year-old suspect, Anthony Boyce, were somewhat acquainted.
Someone was saying that he knew the guy because they always be around, you know, meet up at around Food Town.
According to investigators, Boyce and Hollins' disagreement was about a simple parking space. Boyce allegedly attacked Hollins and then took off in his truck.
And I said, my God, a parking spot? You're gonna injure my uncle and finally he's dead and you did all of this because of a parking spot?
Alma Hollins Washington says her uncle was brain dead, and last night the family decided to remove him from life support.
You took something great from us, you know, something that we would never get over.
Uncle Earl, as Hollins Washington likes to call him, was a father, a grandfather, and a military veteran. She says he was a straight shooter and had seen and done many things in life, often making him the most interesting person in the room.
He was one of a kind. I mean, to know him, you had to love him. I mean, he was an easygoing person. He was friendly.
Hollins, a person who led with love, according to family, lost his life in an act of such hate.
And then it's during the holiday time too. It's hard. It is really hard.
Guys, that's the story of Mr. Earl Hollins. May he rest in peace. 80-year-old military veteran, gone over something insignificant as an argument over a parking space. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. You did all of that arguing and all that stuff because of a parking space. You jump out the car, get to arguing with the dude. Now, they said they knew each other somewhat. They was acquainted, so they knew of each other. Either way, man, it was no level of respecting you, even though you was angry and observant that the man was old, way older than you, and couldn't defend that punch you gave him to where he fell and hit his head and subsequently died from his injury. You still didn't get the parking space. You just drove off. Luckily, somebody told on your stupid ass. This is bullshit. It is. I mean, at what point does a man evolve mentally, not just physically by nature? Because, I mean, you're going to look like a man. You're going to grow. You're going to grow up and age as a man. But if your mind ain't catching up with your body, what sense is there to even go on existing? You punch somebody in their face at 57 years old. Hell, I'm 51 years old. If I punch somebody, I might have to hold on for the ride. And here you are, 57. Said the guy was twice his size. And you punched this man that's 150 pounds, 5'8", 5'7". Why? Because you were mad? So I keep telling you, when men allow their emotions to take hold and let that out without any type of control or just thinking of it, that's their own destruction. Me, I try to keep myself under wraps, you know, as far as being upset and trying to hold my composure. But there are a lot of people out here that can't do it. And a lot of them are in the cemetery, or in the case of this guy, Mr. Boyce, are in jail looking stupid as hell. You 57 years old and now you in jail. About to go to prison for the rest of your life for killing somebody that mattered. Earl Hollins mattered. Your dumb ass mattered. I'm sure you got people that cared about you like that man, like they had people that cared about him. You seen the family member talk about him? Spoke adamantly about him. Said he was a good person. Said he was one of the most interesting people in the room because he did a lot. Gift to the world, he's taken away. Over nothing. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I don't know how this overgrown child has bail. First his bail was $100,000. Oh, now they took it up to $200,000. That means fucking shit. Shouldn't have no bond. All these violent offenses and stuff that's stupid as hell. You know what I'm saying? From thugs that never grow up. Shouldn't be no bond. He shouldn't be let out neither. For real. This right here is serious. Show him the flower stuff. You know what I'm saying? You up here punching on an 80-year-old man at 57 years old. What proves what? You a real nigga? Come on. Seriously. You the realest? You that helped your street cred? That's some bully shit. Get the fuck out of here. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.